Yo, what's going on, everybody? Got a couple questions today. It's writer, film producer, DJ David Samuel. I'm here to tackle your questions. All right, so first off, what we got is this is from a filmmaker. Really good question. I'm having trouble finding new projects to be a part of, and this is good for a filmmaker or a music producer or a rapper or anybody really that's trying to be prolific. And just a little bit of insight from what I've experienced. What you want to do is when you have slow periods, it's best to either work on your passion projects in a small portion, or collab with people on things at a superiorly discounted rate. What I found is during the slow periods, to do anything that keeps you looking busy. A lot of what the entertainment and creative and just the world right now with the streaming and YouTube and everything, as long as you're somebody that can bring something that keeps you relevant in the stratosphere of being talked about, you're gonna always find more business. And definitely with this, it's one of these things. Like, for example, right now, I'm just finishing up a feature film documentary, and I'm 2 feet, like half foot in on another feature film that's kind of like a sci-fi drama. Neither of those are coming out anytime soon, but in the meantime, what am I doing? I'm making music videos. We just released a music video on the Instagram, a little clip. We dropped 2 music videos last month. And both of those weren't paid projects, but those were things that I was passionate about putting out because they were behind 2 artists that I really respect, and I believe in their mission statement and their vibe. And I told them, I was like, all right, hey guys, when I get this 4K camera, I want you two to be the first things that I put out, aside from what I got it for, which is I got it for my short film, which we're also working on. But try to include more people is what the point is. Try to get people around you. Like if you're a filmmaker and you need more projects, go through your Instagram feed, see who you're following, extend the hand and be like, hey, I've got like kind of a couple free slots this month. I wanted to know if you wanted to do like a quick 30-second promo video. Boom, right there, and you kill it. You may find that you'll end up having more projects that'll keep you busy. I remember I did this Rep Your Flag challenge for an artist. Shout outs to Lily White. We did it at like a severely discounted rate, and it ended up getting me enough clients to last me for like 6 months off of doing that. So definitely, like, I would say with keeping projects coming in, you got to keep pushing something out to keep something coming in. Something the OG told me once. Definitely just stay busy. And if you don't have people around you that have things that you want to be a part of, go into your own mind and start thinking of things, but think of it in a way that involves another mind in your work. And then that way you'll keep having new projects going on, but you'll also keep being in a new conversation. So yeah, that's my advice for finding new projects. Question number 2 that we have today is, and this was kind of around the same realm, from an editor. I'm having trouble completing projects once I start them. So with this, completing projects, now as artists, we have a lot of things that we start, but completing them is really one of the most important things. And I can't stress this enough, because completing projects gives you a tangible reality to put out there into the universe. Stan Lee, you know, if he would have never completed a Spider-Man and X-Men comic back in the 60s and 70s, we wouldn't even have these Marvel comics things that we have today, you know? And he couldn't have predicted where it would come from. And you're not going to be able to predict where your completed project's going to go. But every time you complete one, you have something, a new piece of content that you can put out there. You have something that somebody else can buy into and view and interpret in their own subjective manner. So completing projects is really crucial, and it's something that like it brings about this unknown state that you don't know what's going to come of it. And I think that if you're having problem completing things, it's maybe that you're too critical of your own work. You're too critical of trying to make it perfect before you get it out there. And that stresses anybody out, trying to have a perfect polished product. The thing about it is that it doesn't need to be perfect. Polishing things comes with time, comes with the more projects you complete. The same OG told me, be prolific, not perfect. And, you know, to look up prolific would mean to be like overflowing, abundant. And we all have capabilities of doing that. You just have to be like, okay, boom, start, middle, end. And you complete a project and you put it out, release it too. That's the second thing. Don't just finish it and sit on it. Finish it and get feedback. Finish it and submit it to a Reddit forum and get some feedback on it. You don't even know what people might be fans of about your work. So definitely with completing projects, it could be that you're maybe overanalyzing what that means, because maybe you're like, oh, I want special effects, or I want these kind of motion graphics, or I need to get a better actor for this part. None of that matters. What matters is that you're the person that's producing something and you put it out there. So with completing projects as an editor, it's really just about, you know, saying, hey, this is what I got. Let me get something that's a draft so I can submit it to the client or submit it to my team for feedback. Or if there's nobody you're submitting to, then just screen it. Screen it to a bunch of people and give yourself a date. I say, hey, I want to screen this by March 17th. Put the date out there, create the flyer. If you're going to do it at your house, put that on a flyer. If you're going to rent a space and do it. But by March 17th, you'll find that you will be working March 15th and 16th really late trying to get this ready, because it's depending on people seeing it. And that's what you got to do, you know. And it's not about having perfect. It's about having what you have, you know. Even these YouTube videos, you know. I had been a YouTuber before. I made beat making videos like 10, 12, 11 years ago. And I think the most I got on one video was maybe like 15, 20,000 hits. And it was great. It was a good learning experience. And back then we didn't even have all these end cards and, you know, all these screens for YouTube. It was really, really more basic back then. And I wish I would have been a little bit more like, you're doing it, just keep doing it and it'll come into you. But I kind of let it go once things started getting busy on my production side. But I used to make beat making videos. And even with these YouTube videos, you know, I had been wanting to start another YouTube channel for years, but I was always like, you know, I got to have the right content. I got to have the right which is true. Those are really, it's good to have a foundation to what you start. I did have a foundation when I started this channel that had been growing for years, that finally when I wanted to start it, I was like, all right, this is what I want this to be about, and it's going to direct people to this kind of content. But, you know, starting them, I was like, well, I want to get a new mic. I want to do all of them. Like, I need a 10 to 18 millimeter lens. I want this. I want that. I want to have the lav mic. No, I was like, you know what? I can start this channel today with just my phone and a little bit of Photoshop work to get my custom thumbnails. And that's what I'm doing, you know. And yeah, there might be some people in the comments that are like, oh, could you stop saying so much, or do you have any more cutaways or something? But no, it's not about that. It's about putting it out there, being prolific, completing it, and having that in the ether. You know, it's about putting your projects in the ether and getting your name in conversations that people want to talk to you about. So, you know, all of that's really important to being an artist, you know, is completing your projects, because hell, even me, I've got a bunch of projects that are open, but I'm trying to complete today, you know. I'm working on a restaurant commercial that I've been sitting on for months because it was unpaid, but I know that when I complete it, it's going to be valuable to not only myself, but the restaurant, you know. Back to my first question, that's getting another mind involved when you find new projects, you know. And you get about 4 or 5 of those and you put them out, you're going to get busy with other clients, or you're going to get busy with more direction on what you learned, that what you do like and what you didn't like about what you did with those. So there's always value to completing things, getting clients, you know, doing something for a discounted rate. Don't ever let people tell you it's all about the money, because I mean, this money, everybody has a different relationship. It's really about how your distribution and your lifestyle set up. But you should always be busy or looking busy for your audience, and completing projects is part of that allure. So yeah, definitely. Those are kind of my feedback about projects, completing and finding new ones. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. I've been really enjoying these videos. We got the Patreon set up. Like I said, I'll review your art, your song, your video. Find that through the Patreon. And if you do, $5. And if you get that, you get unlimited access for the month to some of the exclusive content too. So I'm really trying to show you guys what I've been doing and create a model that people can follow, and how to support other people doing this too. So stay tuned. Once again, David Samuel, 24 Creative. We're out.